Mojo Jojo. Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
Get off my property! That's terrible. Girl, how does he do it?
Get off my property.
That's better, yeah. Oh, yes.
I don't know, Joe.
Mojo. Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello and welcome to Toon Jam. I am Matt.
And I am J-Man.
And today we are talking about the Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
Quite a surprise it's taking us this long to talk about them, actually.
Yeah. You think this would be high up on the priority list.
But apparently not.
That's
No
not how
clue
we
why.
do our lists.
Sometimes you just got to mix the bag up as much as you can. But today, we're doing Season 3, Episode 12B,
Yep.
Meet the Beatles.
Yes.
So a little bit of a background about the Powerpuff Girls. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These are the ingredients used to make little girls.
Yeah.
But the professor accidentally added a secret ingredient. Chemical X. And so the Powerpuff Girls were born. And these are three superpowered girls. And they just fly about, super strength.
Yeah.
They have loads of different powers, don't they? They seem to get them. There's three of them. Blossom,
Bubbles.
the commander and the leader.
Yeah.
Bubbles
The cute one.
and Buttercup,
The tough
which is
one.
the strongest fighter,
Yeah. That's it. Powerpuff saved the day.
as they say. So a little bit of actual technical info. It was originally developed as a cartoon short in 1992 entitled Whoop-Ass Stew.
Really?
Yeah.
That's quite different.
That was while the creator,
Craig McCracken.
McCracken, unfortunate surname,
Yeah, no, yeah.
particularly if your first name
It's
is
Philip.
Philip.
Oh!
Zing,
Oh!
zing, boom, 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 boom. But it's not. It's
Craig.
Chris.
It's
Craig. So I got excited by the whole Philip. It was later changed to Powerpuff Girls, and part of the What Cartoon show in 95 and 96 with two different pilot episodes. I don't know what they both were, but I know one of them was the Fuzzy Lumpkins first
that was
episode.
one of the first. I didn't realise that was the first one.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one loads.
Yeah.
And then it made its official debut in 1998. I
Ah,
didn't realise it was that late.
no.
And its final episode aired in 2005. So without the pilots, it had a total of 78 episodes
That's good.
and 6 seasons.
Nice.
Yeah, there was a Christmas special, a feature film,
Oh.
2 additional specials
Whoa.
were made, and then one of those was the 10th anniversary special, which was intended by McCracken to be the series finale in 2008. Since then, there has been a CGI special in 2014, which had Ringo Starr
Oh, yeah. Of course. You
do a song for it, which actually is quite in tune with this episode we're covering today.
Yeah.
And there has been another one since, but there's no information on it online, or at least on Wikipedia, which is strange. But there is, I'm sure it's on currently.
Yeah.
So Powerpuff Girls never really left.
Nice.
Very popular, and probably I would say, as a young boy in the 90s, the first show I would regularly watch about girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a problem.
No.
It was called the Powerpuff Girls, which is a really girly name.
Yeah.
And it meant, I think it was more an issue back then, wasn't it? Like, you watched boys programs and they watched girls programs.
That's it.
But yeah, this was cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
So yeah, there's your background info. So let's quickly move on to memories. Memories of Powerpuff Girls. Strong.
Yeah. Weak.
I would say.
Yeah. Strong. Yeah.
Yeah, I really remember it.
Oh yeah, it's very, very vivid. I think because I guess the episodes are quite short.
Yeah.
And so I think you go
Punchy.
through. Yeah. Yeah, you go through a lot.
The characters as well, you really remember.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the. Yeah, I think there's a lot of repetition in there as well, isn't there? Like the structure's quite.
Yeah.
Like the opening is quite iconic, and that's their origin story essentially.
Yeah,
so you
straight
know
away, sugar, spice, and everything nice. We
Exactly.
didn't watch that before we recalled it, which
Yeah.
is why it was probably a little bit shaky. But at the same time,
That's how clear it is.
Yeah, we still remember
in
that.
our brains. Yeah. And then like the characters, a lot of them they come back often.
Yeah.
So you get to see the same villains and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Mojo Jojo.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
Fuzzy Lumpkins.
Princess, Gangrene Gang.
Yeah.
All those guys.
Forgot about the Gangrene
Yeah.
Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's loads of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's loads of good characters, and the mayor.
The mayor, yeah, of course.
Yeah, him. What's his assistant called?
Oh yeah. Is it Miss something?
Yeah, you never
Miss
see her
Bell-
face, do you?
No, I don't know. Yeah, no, you never see her face. Never see her face.
I'm sure there's one episode where you see it.
Really?
Don't know. I'm sure I saw something on the interwebs
Yeah.
where it's like a shot where you actually see a face
Really?
or something.
Oh snap! Gonna have to look for this.
Yeah, yeah.
In secret.
Expect a post of that coming this
Whoa.
week.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Secrets revealed.
Yeah. Secrets revealed. Toon Jam uncovering the heavy stuff.
That's it.
Once again. You're welcome,
Finally.
world.
Yeah, that's it. Welcome to 1998.
This is like the Avengers End Wars Revelations all over again.
Yeah, yeah,
Miss something or other's face.
yeah. It's always the faces with
Yeah.
us, apparently. it's always some secret within the face.
I don't know. As a kid, it was such a mystery, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, stuff
Those
you
things
can't see, stuff you don't know.
Yeah,
What's the explanation to
Yeah.
that?
that's it. That was a trope in TV, wasn't
Yeah,
it? There was
big
always
time.
like a character where you never saw their face.
No, yeah.
It's that guy in like Home Improvement.
Home Improvement, yeah, Wilson, the
Yeah.
neighbour. And you saw it in the last
Yeah,
episode,
and you're like,
that's why I never saw it.
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah.
But you don't know if it's because you're so used to the bottom of his face
Yeah.
being a fence.
That's it. But it did happen often. Yeah, like the top of cow and chicken's parents like never saw that. But that's 'cause-
No, yeah.
yeah.
Well, you did sometimes, didn't you?
Yeah.
It just wasn't there.
Yeah, it was just there. But yeah, I think most of the time you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you just don't see it.
But you question it, don't you?
Yeah.
I wonder why. I wonder
Yeah.
why. Whereas when you get older, you just think like that's
Right.
just a decision they made to be
Yeah.
funny, but
That's it.
it actually meant something. That I wonder why.
Yeah.
What happened to make them have no torso?
Yeah, that's it. There's a whole story.
There's a whole
here.
story there. And
Why
I
do we
cannot
not know?
find it.
That's it. But yeah, so I think that's a part of it. Like it sticks, it does stick in your memory because there's lots of recurring stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it is like you say, it's sort of short and sweet, and it's like very in your face.
Yeah.
It's I do-
Stylish as well, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know, a lot of good colours,
Good angles and edges.
angles,
on the,
yeah,
on the
sounds,
characters. Yeah,
just good.
Mm.
Good memories.
good memories.
Okay, well, that's that sorted. So let's hit our playthrough.
Rewind. Playthrough.
In this episode, which is episode
Already said. Season 3, episode 12B. Meet the Beatles.
Yes. So at the start, we see that a lot of the Powerpuff Girls villains have become very upset
Yeah.
with the fact that they're constantly getting beat downs from the Powerpuff Girls,
Yeah.
and they're never getting one over on them. While there's a lot of like quite cool like overlapping like dialogue as
Yeah.
they're like talking to themselves and they're just monologuing. And
Yeah, yeah.
then it cuts from we get Mojo Jojo. And
Yeah.
we get,
He's full on monologuing as
yeah,
well.
who does that all the time.
He repeats the same thing
yeah.
over and over.
And then there's him, there's Fuzzy Lumpkins, and there's the princess, and
Yeah.
like they're all kind of just like doing their own thing, trying to hatch a new plan to take on the Powerpuff Girls, while the girls have gone to bed.
Yeah.
And so basically all the villains manage to sort of converge on their house at the same time, and they're about to take them down, where they realise, oh, what are you guys doing here,
Yeah.
essentially? And so they have a little spat between themselves, and they decide that they've all kind of got the same goal.
Well, they're continuing to argue, aren't they? Arguing until the Powerpuff Girls wake up. They're sick of it, aren't they? So they come out the windows.
And then someone shoots them immediately with a laser, and they start screaming. And then another laser hits them. Yeah. And then I think another laser. It's just 3 lasers. And then Fuzzy Lumpkins.
He's like staring at him for ages, with his rock in his eye.
Yeah, he's got this giant bolter. And he just kind of lobs that at them, and it just straight on top of them.
And they win.
Yeah. And like they've never done that before.
No.
And so this becomes their revelation that like, oh, we should just stick together. Yeah. And so they become their own like gang essentially. Yeah. They become a super group, and they get named the Beatles. Yeah. Which then continues to just be
after this, it's just a full on Beatles gag fest.
Yeah, it's just non-stop.
So it starts with a documentary on the Beatles, basically. Beatles.
Yeah.
and it goes through their entire career, basically, doesn't it?
There's like little Abbey Road stuff. There's someone called Sergeant Pepper who's
now the head of police. He's never been in it before, but the art style changes as well, doesn't it? So they're all like, it doesn't completely change, but they all look more like Yellow Submarine and stuff.
Yeah, and then it's just non-stop Beatles references for ages, to a point where they're like. There's scenes in the streets where there's clearly like the Beatles animated versions.
The Beatles appear several times, don't they? They get beat up when they're playing. Yeah. They appear in the streets, and it's all different versions of the Beatles as well.
So this just keeps happening. But while this is going down, every time the Powerpuff Girls try to come in and fight them, they get defeated. Yeah. So they hatch a plan. Professor Utonium comes up and says, I read the news this morning. Oh boy.
Just everything he says is a line from a Beatles song, isn't it? Every single thing he says.
And so he basically tells them that it's not going well. Basically, the Beatles are taking over, and despite the Powerpuff Girls trying, there's nothing. He knows they haven't really managed to sort of get a hold on them. So he hatches a plan to say there is a way that you can defeat them, and so. Soon enough, they're out. Are they doing a bank robbery or something? And
and then
and suddenly someone else steps into the frame, and it's like a female monkey, wearing like all white, and her name's like Moko Jono. And suddenly Mojo Jojo is absolutely captivated by her. And it turns out she's like a performance villain.
And she proper makes like screeches and stuff like Yoko Ono did.
Yeah. And it's just, then this whole story ensues where, unsurprisingly, Mojo is taken by this new woman, and the Beatles end up having a spat. Yeah. And they leave the band, essentially. Yeah. So the next time the Powerpuff Girls sort of manage to come across them, only like 2 lasers and a rock hits them, and that's just not enough to keep them down. Yeah. So they slap those guys straight into jail after a few hard punches and kicks to the face, and then they find Mojo, and then an interesting turn happens where it turns out that Moko Jono was actually just a monkey from the Zoo. She like immediately strips all her clothes off, and she's just this weird scraggly monkey.
Yeah, and it's like the woman, the zookeeper. They're like, "Hey Jude," she comes out. And
then Mojo screams when he turns around to find this weird little monkey woman, and he's been bested completely, but he's heartbroken.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, he's gutted.
Yeah, it's absolutely ruined his day completely.
Yeah, and so he's defeated as well.
Yeah,
and so the Powerpuff Girls, once again, the day is saved by the Powerpuff Girls.
Thanks to the Powerpuff Girls.
Toon Jam. Toon Jam.
So one thing I've got to say about Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
It is tight.
Oh yeah.
This episode was tight.
Oh yeah.
Like everything, there was not a dull moment.
No.
It was so smooth how it ran. you could see all the bits where they'd obviously, these are the story points. This is where this happened, but they tied it together so well.
Yeah.
And it was really clever, I thought, this episode. The amount of Beatles references. Every line.
Non-stop.
As soon as they became the Beatles, every line pretty much was a Beatles reference.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do because obviously some stuff that you can just include a line that's, even though it's not really anything other than just like, help, we need somebody.
Yeah.
But they just, it was, you know, especially if you know the Beatles.
Yeah, it's non-stop.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
I'm not even a huge Beatles fan by any means, but like it still made me laugh, and it's still detectable by like just the most.
And they just played their entire story out in the space of not even 10 minutes because it's already started at this point. So
that's it.
It must have been like 8 minutes of the Beatles.
Yeah, non-stop.
Yeah,
it was really well done.
Yeah,
like, really well executed. Like, and it was still funny and exciting to watch at the same time.
Yeah. I remember that episode as a kid because I remember Moko Jono.
Yeah,
and I remember More explaining to me that was the Beatles. So that was probably the first time I learned about the Beatles was watching that cast. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely like. There's no downtime whatsoever, is there? No. There's no point where it slows down. It's just one thing to the next. Like the scenes just jump all around the place, and it's
still
this,
it's not
frantic kind of.
It's weird because it could be the case that they've had to squeeze so much in there that you don't see anything else of it other than Beatles references. But even the start, like, you know, when they all turn up at the house at the same day, like. Fuzzy Lumpkins is just a hilarious character. Just like it just carries this rock, and they're all there with like superpowers, or like him is this giant demon weird man.
Yeah.
And then Mojo Jojo's got this giant robot, and he's just there with this rock, and they're all, and it seems to go on for ages, doesn't it? When they're shooting him with the lasers, and he's just staring at him with the rock, like, and just throws it, and it's like slow motion, like game over. Just really
it's so
funny.
Yeah, there's lots of like, I think every character in the show is like, there's got something about them that you always remember. Like, they're so like everyone's iconic in their own way.
Well, that's it's cool that they did like do a Beatles nod because him is based on the Blue Meanie, like from the so. It was always like, they basically just ripped it off, but made him red. Yeah, but when you see it like that, it was like, that's really cool.
Yeah, so you can see that it's just
it's not a rip off, it's like a homage.
And
there's so many cool stuff that I briefly saw, and you know, when you're like, I'd forgotten that's actually really funny. So you know, like they've got like the Batman phone, haven't they? Yeah. With the mayor. Yeah. But theirs is like a kid's toy phone. Yeah. And it's just stuff like that. You never think anything of it, but that's actually and the start of every episode is also Batman 66 series, because it would always start with Gotham City.
Oh yeah.
And then something would happen.
That's
like,
it. Yeah.
When there's just little stuff like that, that's always there's a lot of cool references that you wouldn't pick up on, and unless you'd see, like, it took me to watch Batman afterwards to be like, oh, this is like the Powerpuff Girls. And stuff like that, which is dead cool.
It's a clever show. Like, it is. Yeah. It is really. It's
really this is definitely done. Of everything we've watched. I thought this was. And it is a specific episode, but this was the smartest episode we watched. I thought, like, it was really well made. Yeah. And just the amount of Beatles lines was like, because sometimes you wouldn't even notice them, but they are all, especially like when the professor sits down and everything he says in that like stupid professor voice. I read the news today. Oh boy. But and it just that was really cool. Yeah, and
visually it's a treat as well. Isn't it? Like it's so good to watch. Like the colours and like the character designs are just so sharp and like,
and the voice acting is like banging as well.
Really good.
Like Mojo Jojo is one of my favourite, I think, cartoon villains ever.
He is amazing.
He's just so. It's just cool, like this weird green monkey with a with a tall hat. His brain sits under. But like Mojo Jojo, he had like the professor made him, didn't he?
Yeah.
So there's all that
they've got like this
story.
whole story. Yeah. That's the thing.
Because that was Chemical X as well, wasn't it? That made him. Like, didn't he spill it on his head or something?
It's like they've all got this legacy. Like,
yeah.
Like the more you watch it, the more you get out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
And it doesn't need that either, which is cool. That
it could just be like new every episode.
Yeah.
But like loads of them have got something more to them. Which is really cool.
And it is cool that it is 3 girls that it's about.
Yeah. And you don't really think of it, do you?
No.
Like, at all. Like once
and that was such a big thing back then.
Mm.
Especially I can't imagine if someone had told me about it beforehand, I can't imagine ever having watched it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, because it was just not cool to do. Your mates would make fun of you if you watched it as a program about girls.
Yeah.
But then you all watched it, so it didn't matter.
Exactly.
Which is what it should be like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, and it is more. I think it is more like that now. But even now, I mean, how many cartoons are about just girls? How many cartoons can stick girls or women in the title? Yeah. Even Steven Universe, that's all girls, but it's called Steven Universe.
yeah.
It's bold, isn't it? Really, for the time, especially.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really. I think so much about it is kind of unconventional in a way. Yeah. But it all gels together so well.
Yeah, and it's all so familiar because it is like spoofing other stuff at the same time.
That's it.
It's like, I suppose it is like when we've talked about it before, like how certain satires miss the mark, but this one definitely doesn't. Yeah, because it feels original yet familiar. Yeah. That's what's so good about it.
That's it. Yeah.
Because it is actually very familiar. A lot of it is taken from other stuff, but in a very good way. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think they do it really well.
Yeah,
really well.
I mean, the fact that they're still making it now.
Yeah, it shows.
There's not many of them that they're still making now, like that we've talked about. Even the Cartoon Network ones.
Yeah.
Have any of them? Because you don't even get Dexter's Lab anymore, do you?
No.
No Johnny Bravo. Definitely no Two Stupid Dogs.
Yeah, definitely.
No more of that. It's the only one I can think of, like from then. It's like that and SpongeBob.
Yeah.
They're the only cartoons that still going
rolling.
From then. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, let's hit up some ratings. Yes. So, here at Toon Jam, we have a 3-point rating system. Thumbs up, sugar. Thumbs down, spice. I like spice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Thumbs up, sugar, spice, and everything nice. Yeah. Thumbs down,
chemical
X. Shaky middle.
Joe?
No, I don't know. Sorry, we've let you down this week, but good, bad, or on the fence.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel a bit disappointed after that.
I know, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
We've let you down.
We've let you down.
Yeah. 1 star.
Okay.
1 star.
What have we done? Jojo. His plan succeeded.
That's it.
Okay then. Your thoughts? Powerpuff Girls meet the Beatles.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the Beatles. Too old for me.
Too old.
You know how I roll. Yeah. If they didn't make the music on lasers, then I'm genuinely not that interested. Mm-hmm. So the premise essentially not really up my street.
No.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this episode.
The payoff was far better than the premise for you.
Oh yeah. It was fun. It was silly. Got some very likable faces in there.
Yeah.
And it was just overall an enjoyment for the eyeballs and the ears. Yeah. Really. So yeah, it couldn't say there wasn't really anything I could have wanted more.
Couldn't fault it.
No, so it's a solid thumbs up.
Solid thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. It was a very, very good episode of a very good show.
Yes.
It was actually it was so clever how they not only managed to make every line a Beatles reference, but also play out the entire Beatles story.
Yeah.
In very basic, but within those short minutes. And I did think Moko Jono was absolutely hilarious. Like as soon as she came in and it was funny,
Yeah.
but when her name was Moko Jamie,
Yeah.
it's just like cracking. Yeah, really, really funny. And then, or just the stuff with the Rock.
Yeah.
The characters are amazing. Really, a very good example of a very good show.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
2 cracking thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
Powerpuff Girls. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
So, what do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You can let us know through the sugar, spice,
Yeah.
and everything nice that doesn't exist on the internet.
Yeah. No, they're
Instead, 3 forms.
the 3 chemical X's.
The 3 chemical X's. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
at ToonJamPod.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think. And have you seen the new stuff?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Is it good?
We want to know. Is it still rocking the awesome quality that this was?
Well, although there is something kind of new about Powerpuff Girls. Well, I don't know how new it is, but did you know that Ace from the Gangrene Gang was temporarily in the Gorillas?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently Jamie Hewlett and Craig McCracken were our pals to some degree.
Yeah.
And so there was a story where Murdoch went to jail, I think.
Yeah.
And so they needed a bassist. And so Ace, who was like aged a little bit, like he's got a receding hairline and a few wrinkles and stuff, he subbed in for Murdoch.
What was that in one of the videos or something?
Yeah. I think so.
I'll have to look that up.
So he's
gets posting on that one.
That's it. So yeah, so
that is
a
an
really
awesome
cool little
bit of,
crossover.
yeah. They should do more of that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely.
That's genius. That's well cool.
I know, that really made me happy when I saw that. I'm
The
like,
Gangrene Gang as well. Oh man. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So, cool bit of information to leave you with. If you enjoyed today, please feel free to give us a rate and review. It really helps us. It helps people find us. And we also have a Patreon in which we do extra stuff for your book. Otherwise, until next time, folks, stay jammy. Yeah.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam. And if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/toonjampod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'd be a massive help too. Thank you, and stay jammy.